Hi guys, how are you doing? So this is Gorilla Physics Live, and well, I'm streaming. I'm hoping to do a few more GCSE and A-level specific, but I've had a little bit of trouble with the school's internet, so I'm actually streaming through my phone's 4G. So let's hope this is coming at you. Let me know if the sound is good enough. Let me know if the video quality is good enough. So I'm currently going into my laptop via webcam and streaming from the laptop because I just felt like I needed to really share with you some things, because I know that the pressure's going to be on at the minute, and I know that you're going to be preparing yourself for mock exams, and I know that's difficult, all right? So it's great to be here, and let me know if you've got any questions. I've got the chat open on the laptop, and I can have a little look there if you've got anything you want to say. If you're watching this recorded, then go ahead and make sure you subscribe to see the live streams in future. I've got a few things to tell you about, which I'll just tell you about now before we get into the kind of meat of the live stream, where I'm going to talk a little bit about forces and just sort of some interesting things about that to help you guys out with understanding your forces. Let me know, give me a thumbs up if it's a nice healthy stream. If it's not, let me know, and I'll need to figure something else out. As I say, I've been trying to get live regularly for you guys all this term so far. Two things have been getting in the way. Two things, which are time and also technology, and we've tried our very best to get around the kind of firewall, but I think this is not going to be smooth enough to stream, is it? So I'm going to have to say it's not going to look. I'll catch up with you another time. I'll maybe have to start just streaming from home again, I think. So sorry about that. Check out links in the description. It might just get that far. I've written out some things, some videos that need some love, and there's a premiere on tonight, which is another one of my Iceland vlogs, so do check that one out, and fingers crossed we can get this live streaming going. Well, alright, you guys are saying that it's good enough audio, okay, I don't know, are you happy to watch? I'd rather this works well. I'll just be quick then, how about that? I'll just be as quick as I can. So the advice I want to give you preparing for mock exams is making sure that you are ready for these mock exams and taking them really, really seriously, and that, well, you go ahead and you everything about your course by those first sets of mock exams. I think that's the really, really important thing, so that you actually have time to to deal with any bits that maybe surprise you, maybe the hardest bits, that you actually have time to deal with them. So make sure that you've covered everything by January, by that first set of mock exams. Yeah, video is too slow, isn't it? Okay. So in the description, there's some videos needing love. Go ahead and have a little look through those. Shoot Film Iceland came out the other day, so I'm looking to hopefully get a little bit more into photography on my channel in the future. Maybe having something not as cheesy as Photography Club, but that thing. Thermal physics in Iceland, so that's all about keeping warm, layering up. That's more of a GCSE video if you're interested in that. And tonight's premiere is all about Iceland's geothermal power station, and why is Iceland only 99% renewable? Why is it not 100% renewable? I think that's quite an interesting point, and that's an example of some of the hardest questions that they're going to ask you. All right, you know, not just as simple as, well, things are good because they're renewable. Other than that, then I've also got a Models of the Atom video that came out not that long ago. That's really, really useful for the new GCSEs. And I've got an Art of Science video. Now, this video is brilliant, and I'm going to be bringing out some more in the Art of Science series. It's with Nick Fisher, okay, and he's given lots of details about how art and science kind of combine and how they overlap. And that first one is all about Einstein and Picasso and how they overlap. Nick Fisher wrote this book, which is the course book for the Edexcel physics, so he knows his stuff, okay. So go ahead and check that out as well. Also, I've got how to make educational videos. Now, I was hoping they were going to be a bit more popular, even for you guys not being teachers. They mainly are aimed at teachers, but I was hoping that they were going to be more popular for your students, because, well, don't you know that making videos is an amazing way to learn, all right? So making your own videos is an amazing way to learn. So check out that little playlist. Also, the half-life of a bottle of video is a really great, the half-life of a bottle of water video is a really great idea for an action on, for a model on exponential decay. So it's a model of exponential decay that you can do at home, so I really recommend that one. Videos that always need love are going to be my exam playlist. It surprises me every single time I upload an exam playlist, because they're the most requested video and the least watched videos that I make. Okay, always videos like how to get an A star always do better than the actual videos where I'm teaching the stuff. So I want you to have a look through those exam board playlists that I've got down in the description, and really check those out, really work on them and focus on how to solve the problems there. Okay, so I'm going to show you something that I was doing in my class about forces. Okay, it's a demonstration of Newton's third law. Newton's third law, as you know, is reactions one. And this is a demonstration. It's not my idea, it's an Institute of Physics idea. But here's a sponge, okay, and here's a mass. And the reason why we have a sponge is because it will allow you to see something that you can't normally see. Okay, it's the cause of the reaction force. Okay, you might maybe never really considered, you've just taken my word for it or somebody's word for it, that reaction forces happen, okay, when a weight is placed on a solid object. So here's the sponge, here's the weight. Notice what happened to the sponge? Okay, well actually the sponge gets compressed slightly, and because the sponge is compressed slightly, it pushes back with that force, that reaction force, that normal reaction force to the surface. And if I add a second weight on, well, you can see it's depressed a bit more, and so it can produce a larger reaction force, a force that's equal to that weight. So Newton's third law is all about action and reaction pairs of forces, and the sponge allows you to see why that is. And what I'm saying to you is that every single time you place an object on a solid on a solid surface, it's doing that same thing. It's actually compressing that surface ever so slightly. It's compressing it far more. It's compressing it far more with more weight, and it's able to make a reaction equal to the weight. So I've drawn out the situation. My camera can focus pretty quick. Yes, done a good job, hasn't it? So that is the first situation with one weight. You see I've drawn the arrows from the centre of mass. That's one thing you need to make sure you do. Draw your force arrows from the centre of mass, and you see they're equal in size because the weight is equal to the reaction force. And then on the other side I've got twice the weight, so therefore it's compressed even more, and I've got twice the reaction force. Now actually, if we think about that sponge, right, really the sponge is just a model for compressing those atoms closer together, compressing those particles closer together so they have a larger force, like repelling each other, to produce the larger reaction force. So that's the idea behind that. It is those atoms producing that forces, because there's only 4 forces in the universe ever, and you need to know this for your A level. There's the electromagnetic force, there's gravity, there's weak, nuclear, and strong. Pretty much only ever interact with this one and this one. So everything that you ever do is really a case of the electromagnetic force, the electromagnetic interaction between fundamental particles. Apart from the fact that you're sitting down, apart from the fact that you are attracted to Earth by gravity, everything else pretty much is due to those forces. All right. So I just think that's quite a cool. Everything else pretty much is due to that electromagnetic force. I mean, that's quite a cool little demonstration. Anyway, if you're getting your head around why there is a reaction force. Okay, my dudes, right, yeah, I've got some questions for you. Have a little look at the chat in a moment. What do you want in live streams? Okay, what type of thing would you like me to be going through in these? You know, I've got some ideas, but I'd like to know your ideas as well. And I want to know the bits that you find hard so I can help you out in the future. All right? So, hi again, H123. Am I doing more vids on general revision for AS? Of course I will be, yeah, as I go through. In a minute, I'm just editing through the Iceland stuff that I filmed. Really fascinating physics out there. Tonight's premiere is about the geothermal power station, so that's really, really cool. And analysing those energy resources and evaluating those energy resources. Mixing guy, is the 2018 AQA paper harder than the specimen? For the mock is in a couple of weeks. I don't know. I not even sat it. Well, I did mark it, I guess, but I don't know. I couldn't really say whether it was hard or not. But of course, the grade boundaries, and your teachers will be using grade boundaries from the real thing if they're doing the 2018 specimen. Don't cheat. Okay, don't try and find that. Don't try and find out what's on that paper. Okay, just don't bother. Okay, go in there like it's a real thing. And that's my other advice that I wanted to come to next. After I've responded to Lane, thanks Lane, great to have you back again. What are you doing this year? Were you GCSE last year, Lane? So let me know. What I would like to be doing, lost my train of thought for chatting to Lane. Mock exams and how to prepare for them. Prepare like they're the real thing. So what I suggest you do is you look at the live streams that myself and Lewis did at the end of last year. So I've linked up a few like key ones, a few like of best bits in the description as well. All right, so the live streams, go through it like it, you know, watch those live streams, because what you'll see in there is you'll see people preparing for the real thing, and you'll see me giving the advice and preparing them for the real thing. And if you watch those live streams before your mock exams, then you'll be preparing like those mock exams the real thing. And that's why we do mock exams. We want them to be as close as we can to the real thing, so that they give you into how well you're doing. So go ahead and have a little look at them. So the bits that I recommend, I've got the hardest bits in the new GCSEs, which is a really good video with some of the really hard questions that go GCSEs. How to structure longer written questions, and that was GCSE and A-level, but probably leaning a bit towards more A-level. And I think that's something that most physics students really struggle with, because they get the maths, but the longer written questions they find a bit harder. So that was a really good and really useful live stream. And then laws and principles in A-level physics, very useful for GCSE, but just pick GCSE as well. But you know, if you remember those laws and those principles, then they're the main bits, and the main bits that they'll always be looking to test in your. Do go ahead and find those, pick those out. And then lastly, all the Edexcel core practicals, which are not too dissimilar to any other exam board core practicals as well. Go ahead and watch that. It's just giving you some really good advice on the practicals and how to remember them, and remember how to evaluate and stuff like that. I'm going to solve the problem with how bad and laggy the video is. Thanks for sticking around and giving me the encouragement. That was nice. Lane's in year 13. That's awesome. With things to help you revise for this year. Lane, looking forward to helping you prepare. You can do this. I know that you've got that really positive attitude if you're here on my channel. Great to be live streaming, but we'll get it sorted out and make sure it's better quality for you. I think I'm going to have to solve the problem with our internet service provider at school, or just live stream later at school, at home rather. You tell me. Like, I thought 5 o'clock was a good time for live streaming. Is later in the evening a better time for live streaming for you guys? Tell me. Let me know in the comments here, or let me know in the real comments afterwards. Okay. Don't forget to tune into the premieres tonight. It's the geothermal power station in Iceland. Okay, the return too. So I've got a previous video on the geothermal power station in Iceland, and then I've also got Northern Lights explanation coming up, and I've got a really cool demo that I did here not that long ago, which is like heating up graphite with a current. So that's really, really cool as well. One last little thing: greatest, love your videos, live your videos. Awesome. Yeah, I live my videos as well. They help develop the basics so much. Can't be more thankful. Can you do some more solving of the hardest papers for AS? Yeah, I was thinking one thing I would do is bring my visualizer in to school and actually just have like an exam question in each live stream. Is that something you'd be up for? So you can actually ask for whether or not you know, you get the question within the live stream. Because I don't really enjoy making exam question videos, but if you could say, oh yeah, or actually say, how did you get to that answer, or you know, I think that might be a bit more of an interesting one to do it. And you don't have to say sir, you can call me Kit, because it's, you know, the internet and stuff, and you're adults pretty much, aren't you? So my name's Kit, this is Guerrilla Physics, and we care about you doing well in your exams, but really we care more about you understanding physics more, so that you enjoy it, you get really confident, and then you go ahead and you bang those exams. So that's what we want. Boom, let's do it. All right, cheers, thanks for watching. Here's a jump scare.